Okay, we're here. Welcome to the big show. It's your buddy Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. How's it going out there today? I hope you're having a good day and you had a great weekend and you got to visit with friends and family or you came back from a vacation. Hopefully, none of you are sick. None of you are in quarantine. None of you are suffering from the virus. Welcome, one and all. It is August the 8th. It's Monday, August the 8th. And here we are for the big live show, the big show. Big news coming up in the next few days. In 4 days from now, by the time I see you guys next week, this YouTube channel will have celebrated its 5th birthday. This channel started on August the 12th, 2017 in Creston, British Columbia, sitting on my couch in the living room. Started this channel August 12th, 2017, with not a clue what the hell I was doing. I had watched for weeks and months. I had been studying other channels. I'd been watching videos on how to be a YouTuber and how to do it. And I was just trying to figure out what would my channel be called and what would it be about. And I was agonizing for months about all that. I had thought about being a YouTuber almost 2 years. I had actually started to think about it, but it wasn't until 2012 that I decided I would make it happen. I would give it a shot and see if I could become a YouTuber. And I decided I would do a channel about traveling. And so Traveling with Bruce, there was the title. I figured, why not? I checked to see if anybody else was called Traveling with Bruce. I couldn't find one. And so I put 2 L's in the title because that's how you do it in Canada and England. Figured that would differentiate me from some of my Americans who use 1 L in traveling. And I started producing videos. I released the first video on August 12th. I think I did 2 that day. And for the next 2 weeks, I think I cranked out at least 1 to 3 videos every day for the next 2 to 3 weeks. I just started cranking them out. And I had 30 out in no time because once I started figuring out what I was going to do, I went into it. And oh my, nobody watched because nobody knew who I was. I was unknown and had no experience in how to promote my channel. I had no idea what I was doing. I created a Facebook page shortly after that for my daughter's advice, and then I created a Patreon account for people to make donations to Patreon, and then I hit 10,000 views in October, so that was 2 months. I had 10,000 views, and I at that point I had about 35 subscribers, and I was monetized because all you needed was 10,000 views, and you would be monetized. So I started making money in October. I think I made about $1.50 in October. I think I made $10 in November. I made about $40 in December. It was coming on, and by the time September rolled around, I hit 150 subscribers. And in January of 2018, only 4 or 5 months into this quest, this odyssey, YouTube dropped the bomb on all of us, Armageddon Day, where they changed the rules. And they said, starting in 30 days from now, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in order to be monetized. And if you don't, you lose your monetization status, and then you have to wait till you reach those levels to then get brought back in. And when they brought out that announcement on January, I think it was January 15th, I had 220 subscribers and I had 3,000 hours of watch time. And I knew I would have no trouble getting another 1,000 hours of watch time. That was not going to be a problem. I'd have that within a week. It was going from 200 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers in 30 days. That was the challenge. And I started going live and begging people, please, please, please subscribe to this channel. We got to get 1,000. We got to get 1,000. And pretty quickly, we got to 500, which was a miracle in itself. Very quickly, within a week, 8, 9 days. And then another couple of hundred. And with about 3 days to go, we were 150 short. and I was getting desperate. It was getting tough, and I did a subscribe-a-thon live show. I did a subscribe-a-thon live show. I said, I'm not getting off the air until I got 1,000 subscribers. And I think I needed 80 on that one day. That one day I needed 80. And I said, I'm not getting off the air. I'm going to stay on here until it happens. Well, people came through like you wouldn't believe. A bunch of folks put the word out to their friends and relatives through emails and texts. I'm watching this YouTuber. I love this guy. He works his butt off with these travel channels. He talks about cruise ships all the time. You got to do me a favor. Subscribe to Traveling with Bruce right now. We got to get him over 1,000 subs right now. We got to get him over. And we got to 950, 960, 970, 980. And normally I would be on the air for maybe 2.5, 3 hours. This show, 4.5 hours. And we got to 1,015, 1,012, 1,018, whatever that number was. And I figured, well, there you go. I got enough over the hump. So if anyone changes their mind and unsubscribes tonight, I'm still over 1,000 tomorrow. And I figured we'd made it. And only to find out, 48 hours later, I got an email from YouTube saying, we regret to tell you that you did not meet the criteria of 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 hours of watch time, and you are now demonetized. But keep trying, and as soon as you get over those two markers, you're in. And I had 7,500 hours of watch time. That wasn't the issue. They said I had 980 subscribers, not 1,000. So I'm guessing that during the show, somewhere during the show, the cutoff happened. I had no idea. It could have been during the show. Somehow I missed the mark. But they said, as soon as you break 1,000, you're monetized. Well, I was at 1,050 when I got the message. And a week went by, and 2 weeks went by, and I'm now over 1,100 subscribers. I'm still not monetized. And I got an email saying, congratulations, you're over 1,000. You're now in the queue to become monetized. You've made it. You're over the line. You're going to be remonetized. Just stand by. And another week and another week and another week. Took 5 months, June of 2018, until I was remonetized. I had 1,850 subscribers at that point. I was so upset, so pissed off at YouTube, like just foaming at the mouth, upset, with thousands of others like me. There were a bunch of us who were just getting hosed. We were putting up the numbers. We were delivering the goods, and we weren't being paid. We were upset. But it finally got done, and we built the channel. And we started organizing group cruises for cruising. We had booked a cruise on Harmony of the Seas for, I think it was a November cruise, if I'm not mistaken, for 2020. And we booked another cruise for February 2021. And I was getting ready to book a third cruise for May or June 2021. And then COVID hit. And it stopped everything. And then all the cruises got canceled. As the months went by, one after the other, every month now, canceled. And our cruises all got destroyed, thrown out, and they weren't going to happen. And this channel took a hit because all we had was bad news all the time. And by 2020, I started launching my stock market channel. And this channel was losing viewers. The revenues were plummeting. So I started the stock market channel. And that was summertime 2020. And in January 2021, the GameStop stock took off. And I was going live on my stock market channel to explain to people in plain English what the hell was going on with the stock market and with these stocks. And I had all these people find me that had never listened to a stockbroker before, had never met a financial advisor. And here I am giving out some advice on the air and some ideas. That channel took over. That channel just took everything over and changed my entire financial life. Jennifer and I are now comfortably retireable. We could retire now and not work another day. because of that channel in less than a year and a half. But we are still doing this because I love doing this. I love these channels. I'm not going to give this up. I want to travel again and meet my viewers, and I want to keep doing my stock market channel, and I'm meeting those viewers, and I'm having too much fun to want to give this up. So that's where we're at. 5 years coming up now for this channel, and now I run 2 of them, and I'm on the air 5 days a week on Mondays. Today is Hell on Earth Day. I go live 5 times every Monday, 3 times on the stock market channel and twice here. Mondays are the big grind day, but this is my last show for the day, and it's the big show with my favorite gang of travelers. Thank you all, so many of you who have subscribed to this channel. Those of you, some of you who become sponsor members of the channel and have been sponsor members of this channel for what, 3.5 years, 3 years I've had this sponsorship out. It's just amazing. And every Monday, 1 hour before this show, 7 o'clock Eastern, you can join me as a sponsor member on the Sponsor Member Hangout Show. We talk about whatever. And we've been doing this for years, and it's great. I'd love to have you join us. If you like, you have to you just got to hit the button down here. It says join, follow the instructions, and commit to the channel, and you're in. Thank you, all of you, for hanging out with me every Monday. I so appreciate it. If you don't mind, if any of you were watching right now, could do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. It should be down here somewhere. Find it, nail that thing, hit it. It's free to hit that button for us. We love and we try every Monday night to get 100 thumbs ups on this show. And it's triple digits we go for every Monday night. Sometimes we make it during the live show. Sometimes we don't. But I can tell you that during the reruns, because once the show is off, the reruns kick in. All kinds of people can't watch me live. They watch me tonight. They watch me tomorrow. They watch me on Wednesday. And they know, give that man a thumbs up and get him over 100. And I get people who send me an email, say, I just want you to know I am thumbs up number 128 this week. And I thank you all so much for these thumbs ups. If you can find it in your heart to throw a thumbs ups our way, that would be beautiful. We have 27 right now. And now I want you to look at something else. Check out where the comments are. What's that over here? There's a poll question here for you today. I've decided to throw up a poll question for you. Tell me the name of your favorite cruise line. Now, I've put in there Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian, and Viking. Now, I would have loved to give you 20 choices. If I were allowed to give you 20 choices, I would have, but I can't. They only allow me to do 3 or 4, I guess. So I put up the 4, and I figured, why not see what happens? So far, 28 of you have answered this poll question. And at the moment, the leading cruise line that you guys like the most is Norwegian. 41% of you love the Norwegian cruise line. 31% of you like the Royal Caribbean cruise line. 17% say they like the Carnival cruise line. And 10% figure they like Viking. Now, I got to tell you, Viking is going to come in 4th place. There's no way Viking will pass any of the other 3 because Viking is the smallest cruise line. It's a 5-star, 6-star cruise line. It's a limited kind of a place. I know that Viking will not become the number 1, but I got to tell you, for every vote that Viking gets, you got to multiply it by 3 or 4 because those who go on a Viking cruise never stop cruising with Viking. Once they become Viking cruisers, they stay Viking cruisers. So that's a pretty serious group of cruisers over there. But I tell you, 41% for Norwegian, 31% for Royal Caribbean. No, that's a neck and neck race. We've only got 29 votes in. So if you can give it a shot, if you can figure out how to answer the poll question, head on over there. It should be at the top of this thing here, somewhere up there. And please do that if you could. I would appreciate it. We'll keep the results coming out as we mosey along down the road here. Thank you all for joining me today. I've got a little bit of cruise news for you, a few other things to talk to you about. And tonight, if you stick around long enough, I am going to talk to you about the kind of cruise that some of you have fantasized about, that over the years you've probably said, you've heard someone say this to you, you've heard someone say this to a friend of theirs, maybe at the office. It's like a coffee room talk or water cooler talk, or you've fantasized about this with someone. What if you won the lottery and you could do anything you wanted? Some of you have said, I would go on a luxury cruise, and I've got a cruise I'm going to talk to you about that is perfect if you win the lottery. This cruise is for you. I'm going to break it down for you a little later in the show. So stick around for that, and let's find out if this is your cup of tea or not if you win the lottery. Stephen Butler is in the house as a number 3 thumbs upper tonight. 84 degrees in Northwest Arkansas. Gas $3.66 a gallon. Looking forward to Duluth and the cool North Shore of Minnesota in a couple of weeks. Right on, Mr. Butler. Welcome. Kirk is in the house. Kirk's YouTube and Facebook channel. The man is here. Hey, Bruce and Tiva family. Kirk from the Big Apple is in the house. Welcome, my friend. You got to check out his channel. He puts out some videos about his cruising. He just got off the Carnival Magic. Tom Henry, hello there, TWB fans. I am number 7. Sharon, hi, Bruce, long time no see. Tom Henry, is this going to work? We have no normal picture. Yeah, it's all cool. We should be up and running. Karen is here. Hi, Bruce and Jen. Karen here from Killdeer, Illinois. 66 degrees after 2 rainy days in northern Illinois. Gas was $4.29 as of a week ago. It's going down daily. That is good news. Gas here in Calgary, I filled up my tank on last Thursday, and I paid at the Costco in Calgary $1.58, and prior to that it had been $1.80 a liter. And then I filled up the tank coming back to Calgary. I just sort of topped it up at Costco in Medicine Hat, Alberta, $1.33.9 a liter. And so when you save 20 cents a liter, it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but 3.7 liters make 1 US gallon. That is 70 cents a gallon less in 3 days from Calgary to Medicine Hat, Canadian. That's like 50 cents a gallon less American for an American gallon. That was an okay price. Jeannie, hello, everybody. Bill and Jeannie are in the house for the big show from East Tennessee. Welcome, you guys. Great to have you here, sponsor members. Ms. M, hi, Bruce. Number 10, thumbs up. Streaming. We're streaming from Maple Ridge. Welcome. Karen, my favorite cruise line is Celebrity, which is Royal Caribbean owned. Tom Henry, okay, it's 8:02. Where did Bruce go? Couldn't have gotten lost in the past 5 minutes. Where is this guy? I was a little late getting over here. Uncle Sancho, our favorite was Crystal, and that was a nice cruise line. Unfortunately, no more. Tom Henry, better late than never, laughing out loud. Shady Hill, Homestead, hello, everybody. Burrow, King Sound, Uncle B, welcome. Tom Henry, do we have a date for Jen's hip replacement? No, we have some more developments now. Jen has had x-rays taken, very detailed x-rays taken of her hip. Now she's had x-rays taken of her knee on her other leg, which is really in bad shape. And now there's an appointment being put together by her doctor to get her injections in her knee to put in the lubricant for her joints in her knee to take away a lot of the pain. So that's going to help with that. And then on the hip side, we're still trying to get into a specialist, but there's a long waiting list. But we do have some leads on the go right now for a private clinic. Now, there's one outfit in Canada we are talking to, and now we're beginning to talk to another outfit just to get a second idea from America, from the Palm Desert area where we love to hang out in the winter. So we're going to see between now and the end of this month how that goes. But we knew that this week nothing would happen because Jennifer is with her sister this week for her annual summer getaway. And so after this is over, probably around the 15th to the 20th of August. It's full steam ahead to get things going for her. So that's what we know as of right now. Sharon says, happy almost anniversary for the 5 years for this channel. Thank you, Ms. M. My friend and I went to Alaska on the Encore. She got COVID, but I didn't. Sharon, starting out with 13 thumbs ups, 87 to go. Shady Hill, Homestead, I'm number 13. Sandy Hill, Shady Hill, I'm number 14. Sharon, where did you get your information back in 2019? You were our main source of info about Oasis of the Seas, the big accident, ahead of the news media. Where did you get the up-to-the-minute news from? Well, what I was doing back then was, having lived in the Cayman Islands, I knew that I would get news. At that time, we were getting news from Cayman Island news sources and other sources like Jamaica and Bahamas. So I knew to go to the newspapers of all the countries in the Caribbean. And so I went to the websites of all the countries. Then I looked up the TV station websites, and I would stay on top of those guys. So I was constantly looking at Bahamian news, Jamaican news, Cayman news, Dominican Republic, Turks and Caicos, on and on. So I was spending hours researching everywhere, including just Google itself and that kind of thing. And that's where I found, on the Oasis, I found out about that disaster I think I knew about it within an hour of it happening from a local breaking news story out of the Bahamas, Freeport. And I then was able to scrounge up a couple of photos very quickly. I think I found a photo on Twitter, because I was also scouring Twitter, and I would occasionally find news. I'd find a Twitter story, and I found a photo someone had taken of the crane had collapsed over the Oasis. And I asked the person who posted that photo on Twitter whether it was their photo and would I have their permission to use it. And they said yes, and yes. So I immediately did a breaking news story on that accident the very day it happened. And then I stayed on top of that as the world picked up on it. Of course, I stayed on top of it as much as I could. I also remember when the Carnival Triumph and the other Carnival ship, the one ship cut in front of the other, and the hull pierced the back end of the one ship that came in too close. And I found a video on Instagram that a lady had taken from her balcony. She was coming out of her balcony, and she heard this commotion. She turned on her phone, and she caught the last half of this whole debacle and all the debris falling in the water. And I asked her if I could use her video, and she said, yes, you can. And so I posted a breaking news story about the two Carnival ships colliding in Cozumel. I believe it was Cozumel. Windy day, and the one ship got blown into the other, and yikes. And so that story lasted several days. And then I also remember the Norwegian Epic crashing into the pier in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And I found, again, an Instagrammer who had posted something. I asked him for permission. He gave it to me. I posted the video. And then 2 days later, I got a notification from YouTube of copyright infringement. Turns out that after he gave me permission to use it, he then sold that clip to a news agency that owned dozens of YouTube channels. And they put in a claim against me, and YouTube believed them and not me, regarding the fact that I had permission from the actual guy, and they went with the other guy, and they took away all my monetization of that video. And that cost me about $300 in money. So YouTube is not always a friend of yours. It's not always your best friend. It can be a living nightmare from time to time. So that's how I did it. I worked my tail off. I was constantly scouring for news, almost 20 hours a day. I mean, I'd sleep 4 hours, 6 hours, and I would just be constantly on the computer looking. And then I'd find another story. I'm going to write about this. I'm going to do a story on this. I'll do a story on this. And so sometimes I'd make a video with 3 stories in it. Others, it would be one thing. Sometimes I'd make 3 videos in one day, story, and a compilation. Hard work. Kipton Bonnet, hi there, night. Daniel Dill, number 17, thumbs up. Nikki, hi everybody. Roger and I are here for the big show, Tacos with Bruce, awesome sauce. Tom Henry Sharon, I remember finding Bruce when he posted in my Facebook groups about the fiasco on the Norwegian Sun, doing major work on its Panama Canal cruise. NCL really screwed that cruise up. Oh man, that one was unforgivable. Absolutely unforgivable. There were people with being affected health-wise for months after that cruise. Doctors, X-rays, breathing problems, rashes. Norwegian blew that one big time. They blew it big time. Tom, hi there, Nikki and Roger. Kevin Chapman, all aboard for the TWB cruise. Coming soon. I'm thumbs up number 22. Past a big thunderstorm here in central Jersey. Welcome, my friend. The author is in the house. Nikki, hi, Tom. We're looking forward to having y'all in our state next week. Sharon, hey, at least you get bathroom breaks, Bruce. I remember when GameStop took off and you had those huge marathon shows for the whole time the stock market was open. Yeah, I wasn't planning on it, but I would be on for 6.5 hours for the whole stock market. I did that about 3 or 4 times in the first week of going live. But thankfully, I didn't drink too much while I was on the air, and I was sitting, so I kept everything, everything was tight. But I made so much money making those first videos because I was broadcasting to 15,000 people at the same time, live. I'm talking to 15,000 of them. And the donations that were coming in, it just changed everything. And I was just so excited and so pumped up that I wasn't even thinking about it. And the time just went by. I mean, it was, I remember at one point I was really hungry and I looked at the clock on my computer and it was 1 in the afternoon or noon or something like that. It was well into the day and I hadn't even had any breakfast. And I asked Jennifer, I said, can you make me something to eat? I still have 2 hours to go before the market closes. And she knew how crazy it was. And so she said, what do you want? And I said, I'll have a bagel with grape jelly on it. And that changed everything. That one comment and eating a bagel on the air on the stock market channel, a grape jelly bagel, that was the persona that the channel got. And so the main logo of Traveling with Bruce is a caricature of me eating a bagel. It's just unbelievable. I can't make this up. And people on the air were calling me Uncle Bruce because they looked at me as an older, seasoned guy that would remind them of an uncle. And so they would call me Uncle Bruce. And that's how all that started. It was just amazing, the run. Donnell, hi, Bruce and all. I am number 25 thumbs up. Thank you, Donnell. Jeannie, our 2-year sponsor member anniversary is next week. Unbelievable. Nujima, hello, everybody. How you doing? Kate, PM, hi, everybody. Number 23 thumbs up today. I remember back when COVID started, your predictions were very accurate when cruising would resume. Happy birthday. Yeah, I remember, looking at what was going on and just how bad it was everywhere. And it went global. And I thought, we're not cruising the rest of this year. We're not cruising in 2019. We're not cruising in 2020. I don't know how it can happen. This is going to be bad. And then the cruise lines had to raise money to stay alive. And, I followed that again for the stock market channel and this channel. Unbelievable. Kipton Bonet, thank you for the thumbs up. Nikki, Bruce was the only cruise commentator who reported realistically. Everyone else said 6 weeks or 6 months until cruising would start again. Bruce said 2 years. It was true. Clay, I have only been on Carnival. Brittany is here. How you doing, Brittany? Hi, Bruce and all. Sorry I'm late tonight. Patrick is here. Hi, Patrick Bagnall. 30th thumbs up. Thanks, buddy. I always love that you're here. You've been a loyal follower of ours. 5-year anniversary of this channel is coming up in 4 days. August the 12th. This channel is 5 years old, and a lot of you have been here for 4+ years. Brittany, not sure what my thumbs up number is for you. My husband is loving his new job and where he's working at a high school math teacher in Pensacola. Fantastic. Brittany, students start on Wednesday. This is awesome. Sharon, our big fun event this weekend was seeing Weird Al Yankovic in Lancaster, PA, Amish Paradise. We were there with our son and had a fabulous time. Eek, are we going to have the Bionic Jen real soon? Please give her our best wishes. Brittany, can't believe it's been 6 months since I broke my left foot. That long. It's amazing. Eddie, missed where you are located back in Canada. We're in Calgary right now. I'm in a hotel room. We have no home. We sold our house in Creston last late summer, early fall. We sold our house, and we have been nomads ever since. By choice, we've been nomads. And last year, we came to Calgary in September, and the end of October, we headed south for Los Angeles and Palm Desert. And we were in the desert for November, December, January, February, and early March, we got back to Calgary. And then we house sat for friends of ours for March and April and half of May. And then we got on an airplane and we flew to London. And we started our 10-week holiday from mid-May, all of June until July 17th. We got back from Switzerland. We ended our trip in Switzerland, and here we are now in Calgary for at least this month, August. And then in September, we're going to find out between now and the end of this month, where are we going in September? Do we travel with Jennifer somewhere in Canada to get her hip replaced? Or do we fly to the USA sometime in September to get her hip replaced? And then how long after for recovery and where? And the hope is, cross our fingers, we're hoping that for about December, we will start our winter holiday in Palm Desert this year until next April. That's kind of what we're crossing our fingers about. And then back here in late spring, and we'll probably then get ourselves a permanent location at that point. But we're still going to see how the hip goes and how her knee is doing, whether she can continue to travel more actively or not, and we'll see what happens. So no more news than that. Nothing more definitive than that. Rocky, I am number 35, Bruce. Thumbs ups. My favorite cruise line is Princess Carnival, but my ballot is under RCCL. Eddie is here at number 38. Brittany, only travels I have done is mostly back and forth between Lambert's Cafe in Alabama with some stops at Buc-ee's. Eddie Albert, favorite line is Celebrity under Royal Umbrella. Sharon, thanks for the explanation. We sailed Oasis out of Barcelona in May 19. And we weren't sure whether we'd have to cancel the trip. You were our main source of news that spring. Tom Henry, traveling with Bruce, I'm still upset about the collision. I think it was the Glory. The Triumph was the one parked, and the Glory was blown into her. I think you're right. Tom, I was there on the Sun, and we were sitting with my aft mini suite pointed at the collision area. I had taken a picture of the Royal Caribbean ship just prior to the collision that was working by the balcony. Balcony doors on my laptop, and I missed the actual incident. Isn't that amazing? Sharon, number 43 thumbs ups, 57 to go. You got 43 in now. Thank you, everybody, for these thumbs ups. Help us out get to 100 today. GameStop stock went up when you ate the bagel. The rest was history. Hank Marshall, number 43, Vallejo, California. Gas is $5.09, and it's sunny 78 here. Thank you, Hank, for joining us today. Duncan, the man himself, is here, number 43. Thanks, Duncan, for coming by. Great to see you, pal. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's been a heck of a ride. We're going to be on the air 5 years in 4 days from now. It'll be 5 years for this channel. Stock Markets with Bruce started in 2019 in the summer of, 2020, the summer of 2020. And in January 21, I went live and have been live ever since. And here we are, August 2022, still live on the Stock Market channel every day, 5 days a week, and live here every Monday on this channel. Nathan is in the house. How you doing, buddy? Hey, everybody, long day at work, just getting home. Gas is still dropping, $3.59 a gallon now. 91 was the high temperature with a 97% humidity. That is brutal. That is brutal. Julie is here. Hello, room for you here in Queensland, Australia. Come on down. Come on down. Kip and Bonnet. Hi, I am from the Caribbean. TNT, by the way, sir. Fantastic. Hybrid Duncan, correction. I'm number 44. Keith is here. Keith Gower. I was aboard the Norwegian Pearl when the collision with the Gabby G fishing boat occurred off the coast of Nantucket back on July 29th. There were thunderstorms in the area at the time. Nathan says, I'm thumbs up 45. Eddie, how long before all other cruise lines follow NCL with no testing? Love your shows in Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah, that we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Sharon, we should have a 5-year anniversary party on Friday night with trivia for old time's sake. Guys do trivia all the time. We don't do that anymore. Kirk, my favorite so far is NCL. It's funny. Can't wait until MSC comes to New York City. 2023. Good tea, nice houses here. My wife is obsessed with your channel. Absolutely obsessed with your channel. I got 2 of them. I got this one, and I got Stock Markets with Bruce. You can join me every day, Monday to Friday, on Stock Markets with Bruce, live 8:30 Eastern and 1 o'clock Eastern during stock market trading hours and 1 hour before the market opens. We talk about making money in the market, and it's just a ton of fun. It's just great. Thank you all so much. How much longer about cruise line? Let's talk about some cruise news. I got 54 of you here now. Thank you for these thumbs ups, everybody. Keep them coming in if you can. There will be some testing for destinations that are required, like Bermuda. I hear you there. Here's what I've got today. Norwegian announced today that after the 3rd of September, so, a month from now, not quite, there will be no testing required anymore if you are vaccinated. If you're vaccinated, no testing required. You don't have to come up with a negative test to get on board. If you are not vaccinated, you can sail on the ship, but you must arrive with a negative test 72 hours or newer to get on board. Anyone 12 or under, not required to get anything. No testing, none of that. From what I've garnered at this point, Norwegian, Oceania, and Regent Seven Seas are the 3 cruise lines that Norwegian owns and operates. Same rules apply across the board. But Sharon is correct. If you get on any of these ships and you are sailing to certain destinations, you may still need a negative test before you can get off the ship. Cayman Islands, I would think you would need a negative test. I can tell you that coming to Canada, here's the problem. If a Norwegian cruise ship is going to touch Canadian soil, Alaska or the Maritimes and East, you're going to need to be vaccinated. Unvaccinated, I don't think can sail. I don't believe so in Canada. I think it must be vaccinated, and you must have a negative test. If I am reading it correctly, Canada is loosening up a bit here and there. They just barely removed testing requirements for vaccinated airline passengers. But on the cruise side, we're going to have to wait this out. Now, what it's like in Europe and what it's like for Norwegian passengers in South America and elsewhere, I can't tell you. I think that the announcement I'm reading now, or what I'm telling you about that came out today, is probably for Florida departures and LA departures, San Diego departures to Mexico. So Florida to the Caribbean through the Panama Canal. That all might be under the blanket U.S. deal. But Canada, it's different. And in Europe, it could be completely different. That much I know. Other news today in the traveling world, Qantas, the Australian airline, they have they're making a requirement that all executives of Qantas must give a 3-month window of time to handle baggage. So some of the guys and girls that are in the executive suites are going to be down in the baggage department helping out over the next 3 months, Qantas with their baggage. They have got endless employee problems, like everyone else has got problems with employees. Just can't get enough staff. Being a baggage handler for an airline, there are easier jobs than that. There are probably just as well paying jobs than that for a lot less effort. Can you imagine working on a tarmac at an airport where you got 90% humidity and 95% temperature with the sun beating down on you? That has got to be really relentless work under difficult conditions. You need to be young, strong, and seriously fit. And really, if you match all those criteria, you can work a physical job anywhere, anywhere. And I can tell you right here, and tell you right now, anywhere in the world right now, if you are young, fit, ready to put in some serious work, in shape, you're going to be able to get jobs that pay just as well as a baggage handler or better with way less stress. You might even find work in air conditioned comfort without having to be outside at all in these conditions. And think about the winter time. The baggage handling delays in the winter are going to be worse than what we have now in the summer, because in the winter it is completely brutal. No matter what, it's awful. And so this is going to be really something this next 6 months. Hell on earth through airlines and airports globally. It's just not going to be good. Not at all. I note one thing. I came back yesterday to Calgary from Medicine Hat, Alberta. Drove my car, and I decided on the way back to Calgary, I knew I would get to Calgary around 2 o'clock or so, just short of 2 o'clock. And I'd had breakfast at about 9 in the morning, 8, 9 in the morning. And now I knew I was going to be really hungry at 2. I decided I would go to Costco. And I figured I would just go to the food court and I'll have a slice of pizza at Costco, pepperoni pizza. And I ordered, here in Canada, they make chicken wings at Costco. They don't do this in the US, not that I know of anyway, but they do in Canada. They have chicken wings. And I put in an order for 10 chicken wings to go. That was my dinner last night. But with the pizza, I had a chocolate hot fudge sundae, primo, and a cola. And I ate my lunch for $9.33, which is a bargain nowadays, and bought the 10-piece chicken thing for later last night. While in Costco, before I went to the food court, I decided, let's go to the bathroom. You've been in the car for 3 hours. Head to the bathroom and have a little stop there. I go in there, and it's spotlessly clean, as they usually are. Costco's are usually very well run bathrooms. This one was spotless. And there was a gentleman in that Costco bathroom wearing a tie, a white shirt and a tie, with a face mask on. He had gloves on, and he had a bottle that had a spray thing on it, and he was spraying the mirrors and wiping down the mirrors in the bathroom. And then he was spraying the faucets, the hot and cold water faucets, then the sinks, and then he went to the bathroom doors and he was spraying those inside and out, and then he was spraying the handles on the toilet. And I was doing what I had to do in there when I heard someone ask him, why do they got you doing this? Because someone noticed that here's a guy with a suit, like not a suit on, but he had a white shirt and a tie, and he's doing the bathroom. He's disinfecting the men's bathroom. And the guy said, how come you're doing it? And the guy said, we're short of workers. There's another indication of just how the labor market is all upside down. I mean, it is all screwed up right now. Absolutely amazing. So for travel, it is going to be tough. In this hotel where I'm staying, this is not a 5-star hotel, but they have 45 staff here. I was asking the other day, how many people work here? 45, of which I would think 20 to 25 are to do with housekeeping, doing laundry, the towels. They also have a kitchen here where they serve breakfast every morning, and then they serve dinner in the evenings. There's staff there, and they're short. They say, oh, we have jobs. Oh, God, we got like 10 openings. No problem. We'll take the next 10 people that'll walk in the front door. If only they would. They're not. And next to us is a Denny's. They're short. There's a McDonald's over here. They need workers. There's another Denny-type restaurant just up the road called Phil's. Help wanted. Help wanted everywhere. No end to it. All around me are small other hotel motels. Help wanted at all of them. It's everywhere. It is just everywhere. So traveling is going to be a bit of a problem for a while yet, and we're going to have to see how this all works out. Let's see here. What else is going on here? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Sharon, there will still be some testing for destinations that are required, like Bermuda. Party, Paper City Gamer Jeff, the man is here. Happy Monday, everybody. Hey, buddy, how you doing? I know you've been a long time viewer of this channel. I don't know if you just joined us, but in 4 days, it's our 5th anniversary on the air as a TWB channel. And thank you for being a loyal follower for all these years. Our September 23rd Prima stops in Halifax, so the vaccine testing are required, Tom says. Sharon, 50 thumbs ups now, 50 to go. Right on, everybody. Thank you for these thumbs ups. Keep them coming in. Let me know what number you are. Stephen Butler, your commentary is always realistic on both channels. No pie in the sky. It helps us all with the plans we make for our own travels and for those in the market when investing. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate those kind words. Eddie, hopefully the executive people learn how to fix the staff shortages. They will learn real quick. Julie Dahl is here. Hi, Julie. Qantas outsourced baggage handling, which is coming back to bite them in the you-know-what. This is also a problem with other airlines. These battles that they've had over the decades with unions for union contracts, where you've got the air flight attendants with their union, the pilots have their union, the baggage handlers have their union, and the airlines figured, well, screw this, we'll just get rid of these employees and we'll just outsource everybody. We'll keep the pilots, we'll keep the flight attendants, but we'll outsource everything else, including maintenance, which we now do at Mexico or Guatemala or Costa Rica. I mean, we get stuff done in third world countries or much cheaper countries for maintenance and all that, and we offload these machinists in the United States, and the FAA signs off on it, which allows these airlines to offload people, including now baggage handlers. But like you're saying, Julie, the problem is these outsource agencies, they treat their employees like garbage. If you work for a contractor that is hired by an airline, you get nothing. You don't get any of the benefits that the airline employees used to get way back when. You're never going to retire on any kind of a plan with these guys. You are going to be ground into the ground. You're going to be ground down into pulp with these people, getting crap money, crap shifts, and they'll throw you in there as long as you last, and then they dump your sorry butt and bring in somebody else. Well, hello, everything is turned around. People are going, I don't need that job. I don't have to work for company X that works for Qantas. No. I'm going to work for company blah, 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 be an employee of that corporation, which has all these benefits like holiday time, sick pay, dental plan, retirement savings plan, personal days, ability to advance within the organization, rather than be a slave to these slave drivers who are just going to give me 3 hours here, 6 hours there, 4 hours there, and let me thank them for the privilege. Not anymore. And so, yeah, all of a sudden, no baggage handler. They're short, big time. And so executives have to be brought in from within the organization to help out, because under the rules, I guess, there's only so many people that are qualified to do it. I don't know. Unbelievable, and yet amazing. Sharon, is pre-cruise testing still required to cruise to Canada? I think you need a negative test. I think you have to be vaccinated. You cannot be unvaccinated to come in on a cruise. And I think on an airplane, no, you cannot fly in without at least being vaccinated. We'll see. Tom, yes. Eddie, did you use any luggage trackers in your luggage? No, we didn't. We ended up with 4 pieces of luggage on this big trip we took, 2 big bags and 2 carry-ons, and my computer and my big ass iPad and all my cables and my ring lamp and everything to do with the 2 YouTube channels was on a carry-on. And we called that carry-on the store. We called it the store. Bring the store. Where's the store? And I and Jennifer carried that onto the plane with wheels. We had wheels, and it went with us every time. So if we landed at a destination with no luggage, we had the store and we had another carry-on with bathroom stuff and some clothing. And that's how we planned it. Well, we never had a problem with the bags. We got lucky, but we didn't fly. You have to understand that we flew from Calgary to Heathrow in May on Air Canada, and we used the wheelchair assist service when we got there. And that took us right through all the security, all through passport control, immigration control, right to baggage, and then to the cab. No issues whatsoever. On the way home, we flew from Zurich nonstop, Zurich to Calgary, knowing that when we got to Calgary, the bags will be there because we didn't transfer. And Calgary is not as busy as Toronto, like that nightmare has become. In Europe, we didn't fly. We had 10 weeks of travel in Europe. And we went from London to Edinburgh, to London, to Amsterdam, to Dortmund, to Hamburg, to Berlin, to Munich, to Vienna, to Zurich, to Lugano, Switzerland, back to Zurich, to Zermatt, Switzerland, back to Zurich, back to Zermatt, back to Zurich, and home, all train travel, all the way until the flight at the end. And so with trains, you take your own bags, and we had no trouble whatsoever. It's the way to go. Sharon, bummer. We were hoping to cruise Oasis to Canada next May without having to worry about testing. It might be off by then, but at the moment, I think it's still on. Eddie, can't figure out how many people are not working and paying the bills. So weird. Guess no one works. Actually, Eddie, everyone is employed that can be employed. What people forget to mention in these shows where they lambaste so-called lazy people that don't exist, the reality is, since 2019 until now, it's been 3 years. Every year, we lose 1/40th of the workforce naturally, because a typical worker will go from 20 to 60 or 25 to 65, depending on whether you go to college or not, or 28 to 68, whatever it is. It's a 40-year lifespan for most average workers. And if you're at the right place, 40 years, you've retired, you got retirement. We lose 2.5% of the workers every year to that attrition, just aging out. Then we have people who get ill in their 15th and 20th year, can't make it all the way. Then we have people who die accidentally in car accidents or get cancer or whatever the issue is. And so we actually lose more than 2.5% of the workforce every year naturally, normally. And we have got in Canada and the USA a very small number of immigrants coming in right now because it's not popular, especially in the USA. It's very difficult to get an immigration bill through. So there are illegals, sure, there are illegals, no question, but not enough, even of them, to make up the differential. And so farmers who are looking to hire workers for picking crops can't get enough. Employers all over the US and Canada cannot get minimum wage hourly workers, not enough to choose from. And in Canada, it has become next to impossible to import workers from Mexico for a 3-month contract and then send them back. Even if you charter a plane, can't get it done. The paperwork is near impossible. It has become a nightmare. Testing, vaccinations, all this, it's just impossible. And so the shortage is real. Now, we also have a certain percentage of eligible workers who are not working right now. Like, for example, a husband and wife used to work, and they got 2 kids, were in daycare. And the husband has gotten really ill and has not recovered from COVID because they've got underlying additional problems. The wife is staying at home to take care of the husband because they can't afford to have him in the hospital at $1,000 a day. So he's at home, she's at home, tending to him. She might be working only part-time, not full-time. And the kids are being looked after by a babysitter. Maybe dad can look after a little bit. There's all this problem. There's all kinds of families with moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, and children and aunts and uncles that are out of commission. They are out of the workforce because of illness, and other family members are taking care of them. And this is causing a shortage of labor. It is pervasive in all states, and it is a fact that the U.S. Labor Department admits this is a problem. Canada admits it. Germany's got it. France has it. Italy, the UK, we all are finding this to be a problem. And so in 3 years, we may have lost, in the last 3 years, we may be off 10 to 12% of the workforce that's just not available to work right now. They've died, retired, been laid off, or a lot of people took a package. When companies were cutting back during the initial COVID, they bought people off because they were going to carry only 80% of the staff at home, and the other 20% were let go with buyouts. And those 55 and older that got buyouts, they took the retirement package. They're supposed to be in the workforce for 10 more years. They're not here. And their jobs are being filled by 20 and 30 and 40-year-olds all the way up the ladder now. Everyone's shifted up to take these positions over, leaving this gap at the bottom, the entry level. That's where the problem is. The biggest problem is entry level. And of course, then there's the skilled issues. There you go. That's what's going on. They're not lazy. Now, people who want to work are working, but it's a mess. Sharon, as for staffing, I'll say this about Oasis last month. It wasn't obviously understaffed, but the cruise director seemed a bit out of their league at times, like with trivia games. Sharon, I think they had a lot of newbies. Sharon, I'm vaxxed and double boosted. It's the last minute testing that worries me. I hear you. Kipton, excuse me, sir, can you send me your email address, please? I would like to message you privately about something in regards a particular cruise line. You want to send me an email? Just send it here. You want to send me a private email? It's right there. There it is. That's how you get to me. Send me an email anytime and let me know what you want to know. Love to help you out, and we'll go from there. BruceFromert@hotmail.com. So easy. It's that email address is now from 1993. That thing is ancient. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Let's see here. Or perhaps a WhatsApp contact for you. Thank you. A man with a plan. Hey, Uncle B, what are your thoughts on AMC stock? There's a bad day coming. There's going to be a bad day coming, and many more. But we'll talk about that tomorrow on the other channel. Thanks much. This Kip then. Tom, Bruce. Yep. Bruce is a hot guy. It's kind of scary when you say it like that. Kind of creepy, actually. I don't know quite what to think of this. Thank you, everybody, so much for being here tonight and helping out with us. Now, all right. Now, I promised you the cruise of cruises that if you were going to win the lottery, you know, you've said this to friends, and friends have said this to you, and you've heard people talk about it. You know, what would you ever do if you won the lottery? And someone somewhere said, "Oh, I'd go on a luxury cruise. I'd go on a cruise ship. Oh man, I'd take a cruise for a long, long time." Well, I got a cruise for you, and I'm going to talk about it right now. Tell me whether this cruise interests you or not. If you were to win the lottery, you don't have to make a commitment right now. But if you were to win the lottery, would you be interested in this cruise that I'm going to talk about right now? Here we go. The cruise is on the Regent Cruise Lines, Regent, which is Norwegian. And the ship is the Seven Seas Mariner. We're talking 5-6-star luxury, the best of the best, which is the best of the best. All right. We're talking about a 143-night cruise. 5 months is 150 days, so just short of 5 months on a cruise ship, starting from Miami and ending in Barcelona. There's only one kind of room available now. It's the suite, balcony suite, and the cost would be $106,499 per person, or $744 American dollars per day per traveler. And you need two to make this thing happen, because that's the deal. This is for two. But if you take this cruise, they are throwing in some freebies to help with everything. And I thought I'd mention what the freebies are first before I tell you about the itinerary of this trip. If you book now, you'll receive the following free amenities. Here we go. First class air travel to Miami with free transfers between airport and ship. Business class air back from Barcelona. So to get to Miami, they'll fly you first class. But from Barcelona to get back home, they'll fly you business class wherever you are going to. Exclusive pre-cruise gala event and a one-night hotel stay at the Mandarin Oriental in Miami. And an exclusive shoreside experience, cultural delights, and colorful traditions at Taman Bhagwan. I'm not even sure where that is. You're going to get exclusive shoreside experience, an illuminated evening at the bay, exclusive shoreside experience of moonscapes and moonlight in Namibia, unlimited beverages, including fine wines and premium spirits, open bars and lounges, plus in-suite minibar replenished every day, prepaid gratuities, specialty restaurants all included, unlimited Wi-Fi all included, door-to-door luggage service, comprehensive visa package. I think that's entry visas and so on. Unlimited laundry, including dry cleaning and pressing. Phone time per suite to make phone calls. And onboard medical service, which could be really valuable. And a commemorative gift on top of all of that. Those are the freebies for the $106,000 you put up. So you're getting something back. I don't know what the gratuity would be. I would think that you'd be talking about $20 to $25 a day a person. I'd be thinking maybe 40 to 50 bucks a day minimum anyway, and times 143 nights. We're talking around $6,000 in gratuities included in your $106,000 fare. So, there you go. All right. Well, where are we going? And what does the ship look like? Let's see what we got. Well, let me show you what we have here. Now, remember, you've won the lottery and you've been pestered by all of your relatives for days and days and days, and old high school friends you've never seen for 30 years, and old coworkers that call you now your best friend, and you just want to get away from it all. And you're thinking, why don't we go on a cruise ship like this? Here it is right here. The Seven Seas Mariner can hold a total of 708 passengers max. It was built in 2001, refurbished in 2018. We are 708 feet long. We've got it at 93 feet wide. And we have 445 crew for 700 odd passengers. So you got a lot of crew for the passengers here to be looked after. Now, other little views of the ship: glass elevators, nice little lobby here, nice, beautiful decor, a classy looking place. If you feel like you can gamble, you want to play a little bit of craps or some blackjack or whatever. There's slot machines. It's not going to be a gigantic casino. Remember, 700 people, pretty intimate. You want to catch a show? They got shows. I'm sure they'll put a variety of shows on during the entire time you are sailing. Now, we start off in Miami. This is an older photo of Miami, but we start off here in Miami, and you're going to get there at least one day before. They're going to put you in the Mandarin for a night and take good care of you and spoil you rotten, and away you go. So that's pretty cool. But then it's time to start sailing, and the ship leaves Saturday, January the 7th from Miami at 7 p.m. in the evening. You're heading out. It's dark out, so the lights will be all over the place as you're heading out into sea. The Saturday the 8th, you're at sea. And on Monday morning, January the 9th, you are here. You are going to be right here in good old, hang on a second, what do we got going on here? Let me double check something. I think we got ourselves you know what? I think we got ourselves a troll. Let me double check this. Let's see what's going on here. Yes. Where am I? Here I am. I think we got us a troll. Let me get over there. There's the moron right there. Look at that. Isn't that something? Let's see if we can block that user as much as we can. And we'll then block this user if we can. And then we'll take a look and see if we have any more messages to deal with. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate this. There we go. 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 By the way, at least my Hotmail, it's Hotmail. My father still uses AOL. So Sharon, Stephen, North American train experiences and or thoughts on domestic train travel. Do you have videos on North American train travel? No, I don't. I can't imagine being on a North American train. Kipton, thank you, sir. It's nothing like Europe at all. Sharon, honestly, I would do a multi-month cruise. I wouldn't do a multi-month cruise after 5 days. I get to Annecy. I'd rather take a 5-7 night cruise with a fancy suite. Kipton, ciao, sir, and to all. Tom, Sharon, I guess I will not see you on my 21-day, 36-day cruises. I'm never ready to leave. Tom, we have been blessed by a sex troll. That's what we had. Donnell, yes, Tom, we weren't. We're so lucky tonight. Hopefully, I've got this guy out of there. That certain piece keeps coming in. Chili Falls live shows, keeps changing his or her name by a little. Yeah, that's what they do. We'll have to keep an eye on this one from there. All right, let's get back to where we were over here. We've got, where am I here? I've got to get back over here to my photo. First stop, Cayman Islands, right there, baby. We're going to be in the Caymans right there for our first stop. Nothing wrong with stopping into the old Cayman Islands after a day at sea. We leave that evening from 10 till 6. We're there. Then we're at the sea day. We're going to Cartagena, Colombia, Panama Canal, full transit on the 12th of January. At sea on the 13th. We're going to be in Manta, Ecuador on the 14th, and at sea on the 15th. And I just thought of something too. I have another photo for you from a good old Cayman. We've got Cayman Islands right here. I used to use this photo in my videos. I'd sort of key in on the beach walker there, and then I'd key out to the ships, or I'd key in on the ship and then key in on the beach walker. It was always a good picture. But that's what it used to look like a few years ago in the Caymans. It doesn't look like that anymore. Not so many big ships at a time anymore. I think those days are gone. Alrighty. Once we are done with, once we're done with Cayman, and we're done with the Panama Canal, Manta, Ecuador, we're going to be on Monday, January 16th. We're going to be in Peru, Salaverry, and then Lima for a couple of days. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sea days until we get to Easter Island on the 24th of January. That's a Chilean dependency island. 2 more sea days, and we're at Pitcairn Island, UK territory. 2 more sea days, and then we're in the Feicarava in the Tuamotu Islands. And then we're in the Society Islands for a couple of days. Then we're in Papatihati, Bora Bora Society Islands. This means from January the 30th on February the 4th, we have a day at shore every day for a couple of days in a row, for about 6 days in a row. Then we have 2 sea days, Pago, American Samoa for a day, three more sea days, including the international date line. And we're now in Fiji, February 11th and 12th. We're in Fiji for 2 days. Then we get a sea day. Then we're in Vanuatu for a couple of days, the 14th to 15th February. 2 more sea days, and we end up in Papua New Guinea on Saturday, February the 18th. Sea day, and then Cairns, Australia, Monday the 20th of February. The 22nd, we're on Thursday Island in Australia. On the 24th, we're in Darwin, Australia. A couple more sea days. We're going to be in Bali, February 27th and 28th. We're in Bali for 2 nights. Then we're in Kelukan, Bawang, Indonesia, March 1, and another stop, Surabaya, Indonesia, March 2. 2 more sea days, and then we got a stretch of land stops. We're in Brunei, we're in Malaysia, in Kota Kinabalu. Then we're in Puerto Princesa, Philippines, Boracay, Philippines, Manila, Philippines until the 9th of March. So from the 5th until the 9th, we have 5 in a row shore days. 2 more sea days, and on March 12th, we're in Okinawa, Japan. The 13th, we're in Ishikagi Island, Japan. Then we're in Taipei, Taiwan. If things are cooling off a little bit, March 14th, unless it's kind of crazy, we'll avoid it all. We were hoping to be in Hong Kong March 16th, 17th. We might avoid that. But on the March 19th, we're in Vietnam, Hanoi. Then on March 20, we're in Chiang Mai, Vietnam. After C-Day, we're in Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City for 2 days, March 22nd, March 23rd. If there's any Vietnam vets on board, they'll look forward to that. March 24th, C-Day. March 25th, 26th, Bangkok, Thailand. Monday, March 27th, Koh Samurai, Thailand. And after a C-Day, we're on March 29th and 30th. We are in Singapore at the end of March. Kuala Lumpur on the 31st. Penang, Malaysia on the 1st of April. April 2nd, Phuket, Thailand. April 3rd, Sabang, Indonesia. April 4th and 5th at sea. April 6th, Colombo, Sri Lanka. April 7th, 8th, Mali in the Maldives. April 9th at sea. April 10th, Goa in India. April 11th, Bombay, which is Mumbai, India. April 12th, 13th at sea. Then on April 14th, Muscat in Oman. April 15th and 16th, Dubai, the UAE. Abu Dhabi on April the 17th. A couple of sea days, and we're in Salalah, Oman on April the 20th. 3 more sea days, and we end up in the Seychelles for 3 days. A sea day, and we end up in Madagascar on the 27th of April. The Comoro Islands on the 28th. 2 more sea days, 29th, 30th of April. We're at Maputo, Mozambique on the May 1st. May 2nd, Richards Bay, South Africa. Sea Day, and May 4th, we're in Mossel Bay, South Africa. Cape Town for 2 nights, May 5th and 6th. On May 8th, we're in Walvis Bay, Namibia, with a special event there. 3 days at sea, and we're in Sao Tome and Principe. Another sea day, and we're in Lome, Togo. Then we're in Takoradi, Ghana. Then we're in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. 2 sea days, Dakar, Senegal. A sea day, May 20th. May 21, Mindelo, Cape Verde. May 22nd, 23rd at sea. May 24th, Santa Cruz, Tenerife, Canary Islands. May 25th, we're in Lanzarote, Canary Islands. We're in Agadir, Morocco on the 26th of May. The 28th, we're in Motril, Spain. The 29th, we're in Alicante, Spain. And on Tuesday, May the 30th, our last day, we arrive in Barcelona, España, in Barcelona. And that's what this place looks like. That's an artist rendition, but it's kind of cool looking, isn't it? Barcelona at the end of this whole trip on this wonderful cruise ship, the Mariner 7 Seas, $106,499 with what sounds like about $8,000 to $10,000 of freebies thrown in to kind of make it work for us. And well, there you have it. That's the trip. Would you take that trip or something like that if you happen to win a big fat multi-million-dollar lottery prize, to get away from everybody and tell them to leave me alone? Maybe that's something to think about. I don't know. It's up to you. When you have the money, your ideas change of what you're going to do before you have the money. When you don't have the money, you think about it. When you do have the money, you go, I don't know if I want to do that. I can do anything. What can I say? What can I say about it all? Interesting stuff. Michelle Lucas, hello from Sturgis, South Dakota, 82nd Harley Rally. Yeah, baby, summer fun, 90 degrees. Tom Henry, hi there, Michelle Lucas. Great to see you guys. Thank you for joining us. Michelle, we're going to be celebrating our 5th year on the air in 4 days. How about that? That is coming up, and we're looking forward to this anniversary. 5 years as a YouTube channel. Unbelievable. What a change. It's what changes we have seen in just 5 years. Jeannie, never time to say goodnight. Catch you all next week. TWB love. Thank you so much, Jeannie. You and Bill, take care. We'll see you next Monday for sure. Hope you enjoyed today's show. Hope you enjoyed the camaraderie and the saying hi to everybody. Hope you didn't mind that troll too much. We try to get rid of them as fast as we can. Thank you all for your support of this channel. Those of you giving me thumbs ups, 57 thumbs ups. Thank you all for 57 thumbs ups today. I do appreciate it. If you're watching on the rerun, hit that thumbs up button for us. That would be so cool. Have a great week, Bruce and everybody. Thank you, Sharon. You take care too. I'll see all of you or some of you tomorrow on Stock Markets with Bruce. If you want to join me live, 8:30 in the morning Eastern and 3 in the afternoon Eastern. I'm live every day during market hours, twice a day. Love to see you there. We talk about the stock market in plain English. Try to give you some ideas to make money out there. Stephen Butler, thank you. Bruce, you got it. Donnell, yep, sure did enjoy the big shoe tonight. Have a great, safe week, y'all. You take care, Donnell. Get some sleep, buddy. You need it. Take care of yourself and everybody else. Be well, be safe, be healthy. Join me next Monday on the 15th of August, 7 o'clock for sponsor members, 8 o'clock for the big show. And we'll get together then. It's always great to see you. And thank you all so, so much. The big show, Donnell. Thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you later, everybody. Good night from Calgary, and we'll see you next time. Take care.